Welcome into the Gridiron Grind, Creta 3 Jimmy G. It's episode 10 of the season. What's happening, Jimmy?
What's going on, Trey?
Not much. We got a lot of stuff going on in the world of sports. Of course, college football, NFL, but you're rocking Dallas Stars hat. Stars have started the season.
Yep.
NBA is underway, and also the
Yeah.
World Series. World
Yeah, we
Series.
don't want to cheat the NBA. We don't want to cheat the NBA out of their their 5 seconds, 15 seconds of fame.
Holy
So,
cow. Have you read up on some of this gambling stuff that went on in the NBA?
uh, dude, that's wild.
It's
I
wild.
mean,
Give it a
it
good Google if you
yeah.
haven't read into it. It's
So
wild.
it is. It's crazy. Make the Tim it started, you remember the Tim Donaghy, the ref,
Yeah.
he was gambling and he would be like, all right, I got it at 220, and what are we at? 212. I think a travel. We don't need those points, so I'm gonna give it a travel. And you got coaches texting people going, "Hey, bet the under on the Lakers tonight because a certain Lakers not playing." The next thing
Yeah.
you know, 3 hours later, LeBron's out, and so it's just wild. It's worth a Google. Like you said, the mob's involved. It's
What's
bananas.
what's crazy is I think it was Chauncey Billups. His
Yeah,
involvement his total involvement, he made as much money as he did for coaching one game.
yeah,
Like, what are you doing, you idiot?
idiot.
I think he was more involved in rigging the poker tables with
Poker
X-ray
games.
machines.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
wild. They had custom poker tables and they were hosting these huge poker games, but they would had X-ray machines uh stuck to the bottom of the tables, and the tables were the see-through stuff from the bottom, but you couldn't see
yeah.
through from the top. And they were X-raying it, and they could see other players' cards, and they're playing for six-figure pots and X-raying it so they could see what cards they had. Like,
Like we're kind of like James Bond villain. Like I instantly thought of Austin Powers. Like 17, it's like, hit me. And then, number two's
yeah,
glasses
yeah,
go and x-ray. And it's like, I like to live dangerously.
yeah.
That's what it reminded me of when I was reading that. I kind of laughed to myself. It's wild. It's wild.
The whole
And
thing is wild because there's many layers
yeah,
to it. Because someone, like you said, was giving injury report information to gamblers and selling that information. Then there was the poker stuff. Dude, it's fascinating.
nuts. Yeah,
So yeah, we don't want to cheat the NBA out of their fame. They hadn't got enough recognition last week.
yeah,
Uh, and then the World Series. We got a heck of a World Series happening.
yeah.
Uh,
Currently
Game
going on
five.
tonight as we're recording it.
Yeah, Game five's playing right now. Blue Jays got a 2-1 lead early in that game. It's 2-2 series. So this is last game in LA. We go back to Canada. Either way for 6 and 7. Heck of a series. Heck of a series, but it's a gridiron grind. This is football show. We'll talk college football. Last week, three big ranked wins. Ole Miss took down OU, which I think we both thought that was going to happen.
Called
Um,
it.
Vanderbilt beat Missouri. I liked that one. Uh, and then Texas A&M beats LSU. I want to say I'm not surprised because we talked about this game in depth last week. We A&M had the better team, but we thought LSU would be desperate, come out. Which way is this going to go?
Mm.
LSU leads at half, and then A&M opens up a can of whoop-a in the third
Yeah,
quarter and takes care of business and does it so emphatically. LSU fires Brian Kelly by Sunday afternoon.
yeah. And you heard rumblings about it before the game. We talked about it about Brian Kelly needs to win. You said it. You said this is a must win for Brian Kelly. I thought maybe even a close loss might get him to stay one more game. But like you said, you lose the way that he lost, and LSU, they're used to winning, man. They're not going to put up with it. Fired him. I mean,
Well,
golly.
some of the stuff I read, yes, they're not happy, and this is a tale as old as time. They weren't happy with the on-field results, but the real reason he ended up getting fired is when you couple that with you're a complete jerk to a lot of people
Yeah.
and you're not very likable.
Apparently not a good guy.
Apparently
Not a
not a
good
good
person.
guy and not very likable to certain people in that LSU building. So they're like, dude, get rid of him. We're done with him. I don't want to put up with him. You can be that way and win. We'll figure out how to put up with you. But if you're not going to win and you're going to be a jerk, out. You're gone. And that's what it sounds like happened to Brian Kelly.
Yeah, I mean, then it's coming out. I think Kyron Lacey's father said that I guess Brian Kelly before the draft, I guess when it was long before the incident happened, it was like he quit talking to Kyron Lacey or something. There's something about Kyron Lacey's dad said Brian Kelly wasn't a good dude.
Yeah.
Uh, and then another player had to medically retire uh, and said Brian Kelly, or maybe this was the guy, maybe it wasn't Kyron Lacey's dad, maybe it was this player's dad, said Brian Kelly was talking to him, uh, basically saying, "Hey man, you should go get checked out and see." And when he went to the doctor to medic, and then was found out that he had to medically retire, Brian Kelly didn't talk to him for the rest of the time. It was like he was, basically, you mean nothing to me now,
Yeah.
so I don't need to talk to you anymore. And then we hit the player from Arkansas, Joe Fouché, maybe, that had the brain cancer. Transferred from Arkansas and ended up going back home to LSU. He was from Louisiana. Dad said the same thing. Um, Transfers to Arkansas, ended up having a brain tumor, brain cancer, and Brian Kelly never goes to see him in the hospital. Just not good stuff, man. And never
Just not a
calls,
good
never
dude.
texts, nothing. So, like you said, you really no excuse, but you can tolerate stuff if you're winning. You're not winning, just get out. So,
Well, that's what else said. The governor of Louisiana got involved and said, hit the road, Jack. So Brian Kelly's out. A lot of jobs available in college football. Florida, LSU, Penn State, Arkansas, Virginia Tech. I mean, a bunch of other ones. And how would you like to be Lane Kiffin right now? Because Lane Kiffin, everybody seems to want Lane Kiffin. Um,
hmm
he's about to get paid. I I secretly think he might stay at Ole Miss, which I think is a wild move. But if he does that, it's because Ole Miss is gonna have to pony up. But
yeah,
Lane Kiffin is a hot commodity being courted by everybody. And then, of course, the Longhorns, early report Saturday, there was a report that Sark is interested in going to the NFL. There's conflicting reports about that, but I mean, there's been NFL rumors around Sark for the last couple of years. So I
mm,
deep down, I do think he's ultimately interested in going to be a head coach in the NFL if he gets an opportunity. So if he does leave and you throw in the Texas job, holy cow. Like the
yeah. I
amount of
mean,
money that's going to be going around competing for certain coaches is going to be wild.
yeah. Think about the job opening with Texas, LSU, Florida, Penn State alone.
Yeah.
I mean, those jobs alone are that. I mean, those are some of the best, if not the best jobs in college football. That would make for the wildest off
And
season
so
in
I just
history.
it would, and it just popped in my head. If in that scenario, if Sark leaves to go to the NFL, Texas wouldn't have to pay a buyout because they didn't fire their coach.
Right.
So not only does Texas have more money than all those schools, they also don't have to have the extra added money of paying a
Mhm.
buyout. So Texas would probably get to set the market and decide who they want, and pony up a bunch of money. Um, dude, that could
Do
get
they go
wild.
after Brian Kelly, you think?
No, I do not think Texas will be interested in the Brian Kelly sweepstakes.
Think he's off the list?
I don't know if Texas would be interested in Lane Kiffin. I don't know.
No.
I mean, I'll put it on the record. Me personally, I want Steve Sarkisian to stay. That would be my
Sure.
vote. I'm a Sark fan. I like how he's built the program. I mean, I have some complaints, some offensive stuff. I think he's been a little stubborn on offense, but I still love the guy. Wanted to be the Texas head coach, but if he does leave, I don't know which direction Texas would go. I don't
Yeah.
know if Lane Kiffin's a fit for the University of Texas. I
Yeah,
don't.
I think he stays at Ole Miss, even with all that
I
stuff.
kind of think he stays at old. That's my
Opening, I think he
gut. Lane
stays at Ole
Kiffin.
Miss.
What if he
Yeah.
just says? I don't think he's a fit at Penn State.
No.
It's going to be an SEC. It'd be LSU, Florida, but I really think he might stay at Ole Miss.
Yeah. I think he's kind of how Saban just fit at Alabama.
Yeah.
I think Saban just fits at Ole Miss.
But also, Ole Miss, he'll have a little bit more. If he spurns Florida and LSU and stays at Ole Miss, that'll buy him a couple extra years. Like
Yeah.
he could stink the next couple of years, and he buys some time. Like Ole Miss is like, you're a guy, you stay with us.
Hmm.
You go to LSU in 3 years, you stink. You're probably gone.
Right.
And then you ain't going back to Ole Miss. So that's another reason the grass isn't always greener. There's a
Yeah,
lot more
they'll hate you.
pressure at
Right.
Florida and LSU.
Yeah.
So that's another reason I could see him staying at Ole Miss. So okay, games this week. We got three ranked matchups this week. We got a 11 o'clock game, a game I'm gonna be at. I'll be down in Austin, taking my oldest daughter, Emery, to her first Longhorn football game. She's been to the tailgates and stuff. She's never been into the game. So she's going, taking her number 9 Vanderbilt at number 20 Texas. Texas favored by 2.5. Um, Arch Manning got a concussion in overtime against Mississippi State. He's in concussion protocol. He did practice on Wednesday. Limited practice, but he did practice. All indications are saying they're still probably going to hold him out and start Matt Caldwell, who's the backup transfer from Troy. Even with that, in Vegas, I heard a statement from one of the casinos and sportsbook in Vegas that -2.5 line is considering the backup starting. So they're anticipating Caldwell starting. Texas still favored 2.5. Thoughts on that? I know a little people are a little bit surprised. But when you compare the rosters, Texas still has the better roster, especially on defense. Diego Pavia, I didn't know this. Did you know he hasn't thrown in his last 12 games against Power 4 teams? He hasn't thrown over 200 yards.
That's probably about right. I would be interested to look up his running stats
Yeah,
because I bet
well, he gets a lot of running yards.
yeah, I bet excuse me, I want to see his rushing yards against Power Four teams because I bet he has to run a lot because the pressure that he's under. And that's what I think he's going to see on Saturday. I think Texas, like you said, the defense is probably going to be the best defense he's faced so far, and they're going to get after him, and he's going to have to use his legs to escape and keep Vanderbilt in the game. And Vanderbilt's going to have to get after whatever quarterback, like you said,
Yeah,
probably going to be the backup. They're going to keep Arch out. I would
I
just to
would
be
too.
safe,
100%.
and you know, because he won you the game. You know, your backup won you the game. Heck of a catch there in the corner in front of Brandon Walker, colleague there at
How funny
Barstool.
was that?
Loved it.
Loved every
Loved it.
minute of it.
Loved the montage video that came out. Loved every bit of it. But yeah, I uh, I think Diego Pavia to keep Vanderbilt in this game for Texas not to cover 2.5 for that to even be close is going to have to be running all over the place.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm trying to think. I don't think Texas. Well, John Mateer, he
Hmm.
was he was kind of a running quarterback scramble. Texas hasn't faced a lot of running quarterbacks. When they faced Florida, Lagway was coming off an injury, so he wasn't really running. Um, so they have it, and then of course Mateer played with a broken thumb, so he probably was trying to limit his running. Texas hadn't really faced a running quarterback. Um, Kentucky doesn't have one. Mississippi State doesn't have one. So that's going to be a new dynamic. Texas is really going to have to game plan for. The Texas defense been stellar all year, but they were not against Mississippi State. They gave up a couple explosive big plays. The passing game, Blake Shapen from Mississippi State had like 380 yards passing against Texas. He tore up the Texas ran a zone. Now they didn't have Michael Taft, All-American safety. That
Hmm.
probably had a lot to do with it. But the defense for Texas was a little leaky. So I expect them. This is the first home game for Texas in a month. They haven't played at home since September. Um, so I expect the Texas defense to bounce back in a big way, especially if they're going to make Vanderbilt beat them on the ground. I can see them making Vanderbilt one-dimensional. I can see it being a tight game. I expect Texas defense to bounce back. Their special teams, they go one of the best punt returners in the country. Ryan Niblets got
Yeah.
two. punt returns for a touchdown, and he's got two more where he's returned it inside the 10-yard line. Um, I think Texas probably does enough on defense and special teams, or does enough on offense to go along with a stellar defense and special teams performance. I would take Texas right now, uh, favored at home. And I think Vanderbilt can still afford to lose one to make the playoff. Texas can't. Texas backs against the wall for the rest of the season if they want to make the playoffs. I mean, they're not a playoff team, I don't think. They're going to drop at least one, if not multiple games down the stretch. But I think Texas, I would put it on Texas right now.
Yeah, yeah, I think so too. Just on the defense,
Yeah.
like I said, this might be the best defense they've faced, the Vanderbilt's faced all year. So just on the backs of the defense alone, and it's at home in Austin, like you said, first home game in over a month. Uh, I would go with the Horns in this
Yeah.
one.
Also, side note.
And you're taking Emory.
Yeah, I was
She's
about to
been
say this note. Yeah, go for it.
yeah, yeah, go ahead.
Well, Emory, she is undefeated when attending Texas Longhorn sporting events, and she's had some big moments. Took her to the World Series last year when the college women's World Series for softball, when Texas had never beat Oklahoma in the World Series, and we were at that game and Texas beat Oklahoma. I took her to a volleyball game in Fort Worth where they played Louisville. Louisville was a ranked volleyball team. Went to 5 sets, and Texas was down like 11-5 and came back and won that volleyball match. So she's undefeated when going to Texas sporting events. So I'm hoping that continues.
Smart man.
So you might bet the house on the Horns since Emory's going to be in attendance. Next game, number 18 Oklahoma at number 14 Tennessee. Oklahoma coming off the loss last week to Ole Miss. They have two losses, both to ranked teams. At Tennessee, Tennessee has two losses, both to ranked teams, Alabama and Georgia. Tennessee favored by 3. What do you think of this when Tennessee hosting Oklahoma?
I think more of the same for OU. I just think Tennessee is going to be too much.
Yeah,
I don't have a bet on this one, but I'd take the Vols at home.
I
I
would
just think
too.
Neyland's going to be rocking. Just going to be too much, and I don't. I just that's it. Just too
Well,
much Tennessee. Just I think Ole Miss. It's just Ole Miss pointed out Oklahoma's weakness. Ole Miss was able to run the ball
yep.
on OU, and I think Tennessee will be able to do whatever they want to do.
Also, Oklahoma, you take out they had two long runs against Ole Miss. You take
Hmm.
those two long runs out, and they weren't able to run the ball outside of those two runs. Now you can't discount them; they did happen, but it was their whole season. Those two long runs was kind of uncharacteristic for Oklahoma's run game. They haven't been able to run the ball against Power Four teams. I think that probably continues. Also, Oklahoma ranks like 125th in the country in turnovers. They uh they don't create turnovers and they give the ball away. I think that's a big factor, especially on the road. I agree with you. I do have a play in this game. I like Tennessee at home. So we'll talk more about that when we get to the picks. And then game day is going to be in Utah. We got number 17 Cincinnati. Uh, undefeated in the Big 12. Yeah. I think they just have one loss, which is the opener to Nebraska. They're at number 24, Utah. Utah's favored by 10, which is a huge number. It is in at Utah, which at night, that's a tough place to play. It's a top 10 place to play at night. Advantage for Utah. But Cincinnati's impressed me this year. They've had some really good games. Utah has lost twice now to Tech and to who was it? BYU a couple weeks ago. But Utah put it on Colorado last week.
Yeah.
Cincinnati still has a chance to make the Big 12 championship game, so a lot to play for in this game. Utah quarterback Devin Dampier, and their wins, he plays great. And their two losses, he's turned it over. So I think that's the key in this game.
Yeah, like you said, Utah coming off that just thumping of Colorado 53-7. Uh, Coach Prime said after the game, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. It was just shocking. Uh, that's another job might be open after the season, but I don't know. I think they're kind of stuck with Prime. I don't think they can afford the buyout. I think they're
Yeah.
just married to him for a couple more years. But Utah at night, I went back and forth on picking this game because I think Cincinnati is a little bit better than what I think. I think Utah is going to be ready for. But Utah's defense, um, I think Utah might have kind of well, I know they coasted there against Colorado, but I think that kind of almost like a bye week, and they better come to play because Cincinnati is going to come to play. Like you said, uh, undefeated in the Big 12, and this is a big game, and Utah's defense had better be ready to play. But I think it's going to be rocking, like you said, game days there. This game I'm really excited about, especially Utah at night.
And it's like a 9:15 Central Time kick,
Yeah.
which is like 8:15 local time in Utah. Um, so it's a late kick, but yeah, it's going to be an exciting game. All right, Jimmy, if you had who, so right now I think it's in the polls you got Ohio State 1, Indiana 2, I think A&M's 3, Alabama 4, Georgia 5. Would you rank them any different if you were ranking them? Because the first college football playoff committee rankings come out next week, on Tuesday in November. Uh, are you settled on those being top five and in that order?
Yeah, I'm fine with that because I think they got it right, especially with Indiana being two. Again, when the rankings come out, everybody always freaks out and why isn't this team higher, this team lower? And every year it's guys, it'll take care of itself. This team has to play that team. This team still has to play this other team. But yeah, I think the rankings are correct. Um,
I do too.
and it's got
I
to play
agree with you.
Texas. Indiana, I mean, Ohio State still got to play Michigan. So, yeah, I agree. I like it.
I
And
do too.
they're all playing really good football.
They are. Uh, I mean, I've been saying a couple weeks. Ohio State, I think, is the best team in the country.
Yeah.
I mean, they just take care of business. And Ryan Day has got Julian Saying playing great football. They put him in highly successful situations. He doesn't turn the ball over. Ohio State's just clicking. In Indiana, how can you not be impressed with what
Yeah.
Indiana's done? So they're on a collision course for the Big Ten championship. I don't know if either one drops a game. Both undefeated. They don't play each other in the regular season this year. Oregon's the third team in the Big Ten. They're ranked sixth right now. Of course, they already have a loss to Indiana. Ohio State play host Penn State, which before the season you thought that was a massive game. Penn State stinks, so
Yeah.
Ohio State's favored by 3. And then you go the run of SEC schools. You got A&M 3, which I would have them 3 because one, they're
Mm.
undefeated. And then 4 is Alabama, which is one spot ahead of Georgia. Alabama beat Georgia. Georgia continues to find ways to win. Alabama after the dud against Florida State. I've said that they're the best team in the SEC. I'd probably still say that's true, but I think it's closer to a coin flip between Alabama and Texas A&M.
Mm.
If that ends up being the SEC championship game, I think it has potential to be a very good game. I would give the slight nod to Alabama, but I mean, you got to be impressed with what Marcel Reed and A&M has done this season, especially last week at LSU. That was a spot, back-to-back road games. A lot of people thought A&M was going to slip up. They didn't. I mean, it looked like that maybe into the first half, but they dominated that third quarter. Um, I mean, A&M is in prime position to make the playoffs.
Yeah, they are. They're getting it done. The defense and Marcel Reed, he's dual threat quarterback. Yeah, Mike Elko, he's got the Aggies firing. And
Yep.
said I've been impressed that Marcel Reed. It's like I don't know what happens. Like you said in the first half, uh, didn't look impressive, but they comes out in the second half. It's like whatever. A lot of times you'll see quarterbacks panic, and it just continues to go down the drain. But they're calmed down. Whatever it is, they've been able to calm down. Even when he a lot of times he'll throw high. When he
Yeah,
misses,
he
he always
does.
misses high. It's like he never gets his feet set. But whatever they're able to say to him, smelling salts, I don't know. However they're able to calm him down. And when he gets his feet set, he can deliver a really nice football. And then the defense, of course, and the receivers, they have some of the best receivers in the nation.
Yep.
Uh, yeah, A&M, they they flow through Marcel Reed. And so
Yep.
as long as they're able to get him to keep playing this level of football, they're going to be really tough to beat.
ACC, you got Georgia Tech's undefeated. They're ranked eighth. Miami's still there 10th. They have the one loss. I think Virginia's still just one loss too. They're finding ways to win. Louisville just one loss. I mean Georgia Tech's in the driver's seat to win the
Yeah.
ACC, at least make the championship. And Hayes King's been impressive. And then the Big 12, you got BYU. Most people think it's going to be BYU and Texas Tech. If Cincinnati can find a way to win at Utah, I think they still got to be in the mix. BYU has to still play Texas Tech in 2 weeks and Cincinnati. So the Big 12, who's going to play in the Big 12 championship is going to be decided in the next 2, 3 weeks. Seeing how BYU does. I mean, again, they got to play Tech and Cincinnati. Um, and if they can get through that, I mean, BYU's impressed me every week. I kind of go against them the last couple of weeks, but they beat Utah on the road. And then I really thought they were going to lose to Iowa State last week. And that game was close at halftime, Iowa State winning, and then BYU just dominated the second half. Jimmy called it,
Just took off.
took off.
Took off. I had a money line in my picks.
You did.
BYU money line.
The BYU Iowa State game, very similar to the A&M LSU game. Excuse me. And both teams just dominate the third quarter and take off.
Yeah. Adjustments BYU made at halftime. I don't know what they were, but they were right because they
Yes.
came out, like you said, and just dominated Iowa State and never looked back. Never looked back. In that game, I checked it. When I checked it in the fourth quarter, I had to look twice.
Yeah.
So I went, holy crap, because BYU just turned it around.
I mean, yeah. I mean, they just took over. They took over. I was watching that game. They took over. All right, college football. That's our college football segment. On to the NFL. Cowboys. I called that one. I knew. Did you know this? We hadn't beat the Denver Broncos. We've now lost to the Broncos 8 times in a row. Last time we beat them was in 1995, and the last time we beat them in Denver was in 1993. We just stink against the
Hmm.
Broncos. And I just had a feeling we're terrible on the road. That's all there is to it. Cowboys are awful on the road.
Yeah.
The only chance they
We
have
just
is
need
to
to,
play at home.
I mean, we just need to play all our games at home then. That's it.
Yeah, we need to petition the league to play them all at AT&T Stadium. We got a problem this week though. We're at home, which is great, but we're playing
Yeah.
Kyler Murray, local Allen, Texas product. He is undefeated at AT&T Stadium.
Great. Figures.
So something's
Figures.
got to give. Either he's got to lose or the Cowboys got to lose. So they both can't win. Cowboys got to have it. The Commanders are falling apart, so we're still second in the division. The Giants, oh man, that Cam Scatterboo ankle,
Ugh,
oh, that was
dude.
terrible. Oh, and so the Cowboys are hanging around second in the division, but they're still with the tie, like a game and a half out of playoffs. Of course, it's still early. They don't look
Mhm.
like they look like a playoff team at home, but definitely not on the road.
Mhm.
I don't see it happening. The NFC's too competitive right now. Um, but like you said, if we could just play all our games at home.
Yeah, we just need to play all the games at home. Uh, and back to that Scattaboo injury, kind of like the guy, like the way he plays football.
Yeah.
Um, I think he's going to have to learn how to not try to run over. He's the type of guy that if he's one on one with a guy, he's going to try to run him over instead of trying to make a move. He needs to learn how to make a move, protect his body a little bit, but he's fun to watch. Um, but yeah, that was yikes. He'll
Gruesome.
be this time next year before he's back playing. Even though he's a giant, he was still fun to
Yeah.
watch. But yeah, Dallas, man, we I don't know. And then as we reached out about Max Crosby. I was reading a report today. We reached out about Hendrickson and Max Crosby. Both teams said no, which goes back to my point. Now you watch if those two guys get traded somehow before the November 4th, it's election day, it's also the trade deadline. You're going to hear people complain and go, well, why didn't Dallas do that? Why didn't Dallas do that? It's something I've always said, guys. Other teams get deals that Dallas does not. I don't care. People can
Mhm.
deal Stephon Diggs to the Texans for a seventh round pick and a half eaten sandwich. They will not do that deal with Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys. There
Yep.
is something about it. It's because it's the Cowboys. Okay. So we reached out, inquired about them. Now, we might have offered them a seventh round and a half eaten sandwich, but regardless, we reached out. They said no. I'm sure these other owners, the NFL, you name it, doesn't want to see the Dallas Cowboys win another Super Bowl because I imagine Jerry, uh, probably pretty obnoxious
It's the
when
Jerry
in the
tax. It's the
90s.
Jerry tax.
Yeah, I'm sure he was not the easiest guy to be around in the 90s when we were on top. So, but yeah, we reached out. We're not getting those guys.
No,
Um, but I don't
we
know.
need
Like you
more.
said, now we got to play the Cardinals. So,
Yeah,
good luck.
we
That
need
over
more.
under 53 and a half.
I know Cowboys need more than just a defensive pass rush.
Exactly.
We need secondary linebacker. The defense needs a lot.
Yeah.
And if in Dak and them, they're okay on the road. They're really good at home. But they have to be perfect almost every
Yeah.
possession. And that's unattainable. Uh, so we'll see what the Cowboys do if they can bounce back Monday night hosting the Cardinals. Move to our picks. Better week. We were 500. Both of us were 500 last week. So um, better. Better than the week before. So I got 9 picks, 5 college, 4 NFL.
I got 11. Man, I
Oh,
started out great last week, 2 and
we're,
0.
we're going to
Ah,
20 spot on our
20
picks.
stuff.
We shoot our shot, baby. We don't stop.
That's right.
All right. I'll start. I got Navy at North Texas. Huge game in the G5. Navy's undefeated. North Texas is favored by a touchdown. That's too much. I think Navy keeps it close. I don't know if they win or not, but I think they can keep it within a touchdown. I'm going to take Navy +7 on the road at North Texas.
All right. All right. Friday night, North Carolina at Syracuse. Give me Syracuse minus 2.5. North Carolina's got coaching problems. I mean, there's no way that doesn't bleed into your team. I don't care. You can have guys trying to rally. Just they're trying to get rid of Belichick. Belichick doesn't care. Probably hadn't cared since day one. Syracuse is a good football team. Syracuse minus 2.5. That's not enough. Give it to me. Friday night.
Friday night game. All right, we talked about the Texas Vanderbilt game. I'm going to be there. I got to back the horns here. Texas at home. I think that's going to make a difference. I think the defense bounces back, limits Pavia in the passing game. They can contain the rush, get a big special teams play. Hopefully, the offense does enough. I think Texas wins this game. They're favored by 2.5. I think they can win by at least a field goal, if not a touchdown. So I'll take the Longhorns -2.5.
I hope you're right, buddy. For your sake, I hope you're right.
Yeah, yeah.
Mississippi State and Arkansas. I think Mississippi State, like we've always said, Cowboys and the Longhorns get everyone's A game. Blake Shapen and Mississippi State. I don't think they're a good football team. I think they played the best they could against the Longhorns. Not going to be, I think there's going to be a letdown. Arkansas, I think we're going to see a different hog team. We should have won that game, turned
Yes,
the
you should
ball
have.
over late, just terrible passing, ball security all around. Arkansas minus 4.5 at home. Uh, we're going to get it done. Give me the Hogs minus 4.5.
All right, both of us backing our home teams. USC's on the road at Nebraska. I don't trust Nebraska at all. Did you know Nebraska's 0-28 in their last 28 games against ranked opponents? Let's make it 0-29. I'm going to take USC -6 on the road at Nebraska.
I like it. Kentucky at Auburn. Auburn favored by 11? No. I just watched the
Oh.
team. Should have lost. Not a very good football team. Hugh Freeze is lucky to still have a job. Give me Kentucky plus 11. Kentucky plays tough. They play hard. Auburn is not a good football team. Jackson Arnold, backup quarterback's what killed us. Well, now Kentucky's got tape. You know how to stop him. You just contain the run, and you've got him. So give me Kentucky plus 11.
Tennessee hosting Oklahoma. Tennessee favored by 3. I don't think that's enough. I think Tennessee's a better football team. They're at home. It's at night. That place will be rocking. Oklahoma turns the ball over way too much. I think Tennessee wins this game comfortably. Give me the Tennessee Volunteers -3 at home against Oklahoma.
I like that pick. My last one, Miami at SMU down here in the Metroplex. Over 50. I don't think 50 is going to be enough. That stadium is going to be packed. Stadium is going to be rocking. SMU, I think, is going to come out swinging, and that's what you need. You need the home team to do its part. Miami, of course, is ranked. Depending on who you ask, might be the better team, and I think there's going to be some points scored in this. I think Miami's going to have to score points to keep up, and 50 will not be enough. So give me SMU Miami over 50.
All right, my last college game, Cincinnati at Utah. Utah's very good. I've been super impressed with Cincinnati. 10's just too many points. I think it's just too many points. I think it's going to be a close competitive game. I don't know who's going to win it, but even if Utah wins, I don't think it's going to be by more than 10. I like the Cincinnati Bearcats to keep it tight. Cincinnati plus 10 at Utah.
Love it. That's it. I'm done with college.
Yeah, me too. So since you got more NFL games, you start with NFL.
Sure will. I got 8 NFL picks.
Woo!
There's a common trend here. Let's start it off. Thursday night, Ravens and Dolphins under 51. Short week. Lamar Jackson might play, might not play. Tua might play, might not play, probably won't play. Who knows? 51. There's the stat. Anytime it's 50 or more, take the under. Give me under 51, Ravens and Dolphins.
Especially on a Thursday night. Defenses don't
Yes, short week. Yeah,
defenses have the
under 51.
advantage on
Yep.
Thursday nights, and anytime it's over 50 on a Thursday night, you got to take the under. It's a great bet. I'm gonna go with the Patriots. The Patriots might be the hottest team in the NFL.
Okay.
Them and the Chiefs. The Chiefs have won three in a row. Chiefs got it rocking. I'm gonna take the Patriots hosting the Falcons. The Falcons have, after they beat the Bills, they've dropped a couple. Give me the Patriots minus 5.5 hosting the Falcons.
I like it. Broncos and Texans. I've got two bets in this one game. First one, under 40. Patrick Surtain is not going to be playing, but I don't think that's going to matter. The Broncos defense is pretty good.
Yeah.
Uh, I think they're going to lock up the Texans on offense. I think the Texans defense is pretty good, and I think they're going to do a little bit more than what we
Texans
were able to do.
number one defense in the league right now.
Yeah, thank you. So, actually, I didn't know that. I knew they were really
I
good,
didn't
but I
know
didn't
that.
know.
Only just know it because of fantasy. I was looking at fantasy, and they have fantasy wise, they're ranked number one defense in the league.
How about that? See, there we go. Makes my bet. I like it even more now. Under 40, Broncos and Texans, and also Broncos money line. That's plus 110 because I think offensively the Broncos will be able to do more against the Texans, and the Texans will be able to do against the Broncos defense. So give me Broncos money line and under 40.
Okay. I like both of those. All right, my next one. I got the Colts at the Steelers. The Steelers kind of stink right now. Dropped two in a row. Defense looks terrible. Colts are playing like they're the best team in the league right now. Only 3 points. I'll take those points, or I'll lay the points. Give me the Colts minus 3 on the road at the Steelers.
To stay in that same game, stick with my trend under 51. I think one team is going to do a lot. Another's not going to do a lot. Again, over 50, you got to take the under. So give me under 51 Colts and Steelers.
My next one. It's a huge game. Sunday afternoon. Chiefs at the Bills. Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen. In the regular season, Josh Allen's 4-0. In the postseason, Patrick Mahomes is 4-0. I think that trend changes this week. I think the Chiefs are hot. Winners of three in a row. They look like a different team now that they got all those receivers back. Chiefs only favored by 2. Bills have been up and down a little bit, have a couple losses. I'm going to take the Chiefs minus 2 at the Bills.
I like it. I like it. I'm going to stay in the same game. Give me under 53. I can't believe how many this week were over 50.
Yeah.
Under. Give me under. The Chiefs have a good defense. The Bills got a good defense. I think Ed Oliver for the Bills is out, but the
Yes.
Chiefs, I think, just like I said, two good defenses. Again, over 50. So take the under. Give me under 53, Chiefs and Bills.
All right, my last one's a Monday night game. Cowboys hosting the Cardinals. Cowboys are undefeated at home. I know Kyle Murray's undefeated at AT&T Stadium, but the Cowboys, they're a playoff team when they get to play at home. Dak Prescott has been MVP caliber, especially at home. Less than a field goal. Yeah. Give me the Cowboys minus 2.5. I've picked the Cowboys game correct like 4 of the last 5 weeks. I think the Cowboys win this football game. Probably won't be close Monday night. Cowboys minus 2.5, hosting the Cardinals.
I like it. Hope you're right, man. Bears and Bengals under 51. I think the Bengals lose to the Jets last week. Under 51. I don't think the Bengals are a good team. The Bears aren't a good team. We should have beat them. 51 just too many. Give me under 51 there. Jaguars and Raiders. This is under 45. Raiders just too many injuries on offense. The Jaguars just aren't a good football team either. Just give me under 45 there. Saints and Rams. The Saints, they're panicking at quarterback. They're having to start what's this, Tyler Shuff or a Shove? I
Yuck.
don't know how you
Yeah,
say that.
he's terrible.
Terrible. Give me under 44 there. Bunch of unders for Jimmy this week. Under 44 there, Saints and Rams. And before that, under 45, Jaguars and Raiders. I was going to take the under in the Cowboys
I'm
Cardinals.
surprised you're
That's,
not.
hey, that's 53. Do you realize we have only hit the under? We have only scored our game totals have only been under twice
Yes.
this year. Yeah,
Yes.
the Eagles the first game, and then the Bears. Other
Well,
than
it's
that,
but you got one of the best offenses in the league and the worst defense in the league. High
exactly.
scoring games.
So ours is 53 and a half. And I went, no, absolutely not. Because Marvin Harrison Jr. and Trey McBride, the tight end for the Cardinals,
Yeah.
Kyler Murray's questionable. So I'm going, I don't want to give it out now, the under, and all of a sudden he plays and he just has a heck of a game. And next thing I know is it's a 30 something to 30 something. And, that's going to be the one that makes me,
Very well could be.
6-6. Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, I'm staying away from it. But yeah, that's another one I really wanted to take. But I hope you're right. I hope the Cowboys can pull that one out.
I think they will. I feel good about that one. I think the Cowboys bounce back. The roller coaster continues. They were down here last week. They're going back up. So,
Yep.
all right, here's the rundown of our picks this week. We got a lot of them, like 20 picks between the two of us. All right, in college, Jimmy on a Friday night's got Syracuse minus 2.5. Saturday, Arkansas minus 4.5. Kentucky plus 11. Miami, SMU over 50. In the NFL, Jimmy, Thursday night, Ravens, Dolphins under 51. And on Sunday, Broncos, Texans under 40 and Broncos money line. Colts, Steelers under 51. Chiefs, Bills under 53. Bears, Bengals under 51. Jaguars, Raiders under 45. Saints, Rams under 44. Created through myself. I got Navy plus 7 at North Texas. Texas minus 2.5 hosting Vanderbilt. USC minus 6. Tennessee minus 3. The Cincinnati Bearcats plus 10. In the NFL, I got Patriots minus 5.5. Colts minus 3. Chiefs minus 2. And on Monday night, Cowboys minus 2.5. That's our show, our picks. Like, comment, subscribe. YouTube, Apple Podcasts, another show in the books. Jimmy, what you got going on this weekend?
What do I got going on this weekend? I hope nothing.
It's
I
always a
feel
good
like I got
weekend.
something. Oh, game night. I think we're going to try to have a game night.
Nice.
Maybe have people over and have game night. The wife's got some good collection of board games,
Okay.
and I'm gonna have people over, maybe cook fajitas or tacos or order pizza or something, and
Nice.
just watch football and
Can't go wrong.
rummy, yeah, rummy cube stuff like that. You'll be in Austin,
Yeah.
hopefully on a win for your horns.
Hopefully so. We got trick or treating Friday night, and then the game.
Oh, that's it. I was like, I know we've
Yeah,
got game night,
Halloween's Friday.
but something else. It's Halloween. We go over to her mom's and hand out candy.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Yeah. So we're doing the whole trick or treating thing Friday night, but then the game's in Austin at 11. So we're actually gonna do a quick flight down from Love Phil to Austin Saturday morning, Uber to the game, Uber back to the airport and fly home Saturday night. Do a 1 day trip to Austin, no driving. Have a chance to
Oh,
get some sleep after trick or treating and getting up.
yeah.
So should be a heck of a weekend. Ready to watch the
Hey,
college football. It's going to be November. Cold. It's cold this week. It was cold today.
yeah,
Feels
man.
like
It's
fall.
windy and cold, man. It's
Yeah.
here. The second summer now all of a sudden like that.
Yes.
Chilly.
So they went from like 90 to 55 today.
Yeah. I'm in long sleeves. I'm in a hoodie. I'm like,
Yeah.
what's up, man? This,
Good.
you know,
But then it's
but I'll
getting
take it.
back. It's going right back. Like I think next week it's going like mid 80s. So we'll be back.
Mm-mm-mm.
So
Tejas. Gotta
yeah,
love it.
Texas weather. Thanks for joining us. Good on Grind. Check us out again, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll be back next week for the show. Till then, see you guys.
See ya.